Are you guys ready? Because I honestly don't know if I am ready myself, but let's get into it. All right. So, how are you guys doing today? I am so nervous. So we're doing another Throwback Thursday video. Hey there guys, it's Tina and I am back, and I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see after all this chaos, then please consider subscribing, because we have tons of fun here on the channel talking about makeup and all things beauty. And today, like I said, we're doing a throwback, and I am going to challenge myself to do a colorful cut crease. I don't know what's going on, and this is the perfect video to not have an introduction with the face already done, because you and I are going to discover together if I am still capable of doing a full-blown colorful look. I used to do these back in the day on a daily basis. Like, you don't understand. If you were following my blog back then, and shout out to the OGs, you know that I didn't play when it came to colorful looks. A cut crease, listen, they would have to see about me. And I was doing this daily, going to work. I don't know what was happening. Like, how much time did I have in the morning to full on dedicate to doing a cut crease? Seriously. And if I remember correctly, it didn't even take me that long for the most part. I used to do videos too, so I would film these videos in the morning while I was getting ready and edit during my lunch break. I was dedicated. Y'all don't understand. I would go to work, I would take my pictures at my desk and upload during my lunch break. Y'all weren't seeing me back then. The content was given, okay? And I had a blog that I was uploading the looks to, as well as doing videos, and the videos were such low quality. I don't even know how you guys followed along, but I was doing it. I was really dedicated back then. And I mean, the looks, y'all weren't seeing me. Let me pop them up over here. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know what kind of looks I was given, all right? I was given color and cut crease and like intricate cut creases. Play somewhere safe, not with me, because I'm telling you, I was doing it. I was really doing it back then. And I haven't done one of those looks in so long. I don't even know if I'm capable anymore. I honestly don't know, just because they were really intricate and they took skill. And I don't know if I have that level of skill anymore. There's a lot of blending and precision to a cut crease and patience, and I don't know if I have that in me anymore. I'm going in with the MAC Lane Low Paint Pot all over my lids, because that's how you need to start one of these looks. You need a base, not just a primer. You need a base, because we're gonna go in with the works on our lids. So we need something that the shadows are going to stick to, and something that's gonna help with the punch of the color and also help with blending. So paint pots were my go-to. We also had like sticky eyeshadow bases. Y'all remember when we used to use the NYX jumbo pencils in milk? Like, what were we doing with that? That was so creasy. I never got into that because it was too creasy for me. What I used to use, oh my God, I wonder if I still have it. Shut your mouth. This is so expired. Oh my God, I might still use it though. But it's the Kat Von D. This was when it was Kat Von D Beauty, not KVD. This is the eyeshadow base. Oh, it smells like crayon. It's so bad. This is probably going to irritate my eyes. We might use it. But MAC came out with their new, what are they called? Multi-Sculpt Matte Liquid Colors. And I picked up the shade Brulee, which is one of the colors I used to use all the time. It's from their eyeshadow line. It's a matte beige color, but this is a liquid shadow. We're gonna see if we pull this out, but I'm nervous. All right, so I have the Machina palette, right? Machina palette from Blend Bunny. I don't know if they still have this palette, but I'm specifically looking at the purples, which we used to use the Makeup Forever number 92, which I still have too. So maybe some of these colors, I don't know. I have the Sickly Sweet palette, which has some pastel shades, which we could use for blending, because a cut crease is all about the gradient, right? I see people now just go in straight with the dark color and blend it out. No, I do a gradient. So this one is which one? The Surge palette, which has some pastels, some neons. Ooh, should we do neon? We have options. But I'm thinking, someone mentioned in my comments recently about a sunset look, but I want to pull in blues too, so I don't want to just do sunset. What do you guys think? Oh my God, I could do, I don't know what my inspiration is. Let me think about it for a second. Hold on. I feel like I could do blue and red. All right, let's just do it. Let's just go. All right, ready? My nerves. All right, y'all are gonna need to go with me on this. All right, so I'm gonna do blue and then red, but like blue and purple, and then red and orange out here, and then do something creative on the lids. All right. So we're gonna start out with a light blue. So from the Sickly Sweet, I feel like we can use this pastel light blue. And I have a Sephora number 19 brush, which is just a small blending brush. Y'all stop it right now. I'm just gonna, I am so nervous. So I'm just gonna do windshield wiper motions and sweep that in the crease area, trying to maintain the cut crease because I can follow the natural shape of my eyes, which is why I found cut creases kind of easy to do. Not easy, but like they weren't as complicated for me because I already had like the defined crease line. So I could just use the crease line as my template or as my stencil almost. You see, because it's already creating it, and I didn't do my cut creases messily. You know how people go in, just slather color all over and then clean up after? No, I was always methodical when I did my cut creases because I wanted to make it as easy for me to do and as seamless as possible. So I would go in first with a light color and create that blend, right? And this Sephora little blending brush is perfect for this because the color blended easy. All right, then I'm gonna go in. Singe Beauty has these beautiful little brushes that help out too when it comes to blending colors in really detailed spots. We need a bright blue. I feel like maybe blends would be the palette to go for, so let's use Energy, this blue right here. And I'm picking it up on the very tip of the brush, and then I'm just gonna apply it to create a little bit of depth and dimension with this Singe Beauty brush. This is the E10, by the way. Perfect cut crease brush. So I'm using the lighter color as our blend out. So it's almost like, okay, yeah, I already blended out, and now I'm adding the depth. So we'll go in with that blue. Oh, that blue is applying so well. Does Blend Bunny keep the palettes around for a long time? Like, are they consistently available? I could probably check. Oh, she has expanded to cheek and lips, lashes, liner, skin, brushes, accessory. Okay now, girl. I know she's been doing a lot of collaborations. The Sugar and Grunge palette came back as the Sugar and Spice. She has this Ellis Atlantis huge palette. The Blends palette is available. Now it has magnetic pans. So now you can pop these out. The Sickly Sweet is still around. Okay, ma'am. So now the palette's upgraded to magnetic pans. Nice. All right, so the Surge palette is not still available, but that blue is so stunning. Should I stick to like a blue or should I still do the purple? I don't know. Let's see. Let's use this blue from the Blends palette. It's the shade Chance, same brush. And we're now going to really concentrate that color on that crease line. And I'm doing both eyes at the same time because if I don't, trying to replicate it after, which I know a lot of people do, they're like, oh, here's the first eye, and then come back and finish up. No, I can't. Okay, that blue is a little intense, and it's not blending out as easily as the other two blues. That's fine, that's fine. We'll just apply it for now because it's not gonna be our last color. So just apply it to get the gradient. I almost want to stick to just the blue, but no, I'm going to go in with a purple. So I'm going back with the Sephora brush and blend in all the colors together. And I'm going to go back with a little bit more of that second blue shade just to go over it. Now we're gonna go in with the deepest shade. I think that's the last shade we're gonna use. And that may be a lie, just bear with me. Let's go into the blends palette and take the dark purple. That shade is Bewitched, and we're grabbing a MAC 242. This was my cut crease friend, okay? So what I would do is grab the color on the tip of the brush and then cut the crease with that purple or the darkest shade. So we're creating the line. So I do that first, right? And then I would flick it upwards to do the blend. See? Do I still have it, guys? I think so, because I mean, I'm still remembering how I did it. And I'm sure I could watch my own tutorials. I could probably watch my own tutorials and figure it out. But I know this is what I used to do, because the MAC 242, I ended up getting like 4 or 5 of these just because I used to do these kinds of looks so often. I don't feel so terrible right now. All right, so let's blend out the edges of the purple. So we have like the lay down, right? We have the color down. Now I can go in with the blending brush and go around to add more color, but in a more diffused way. All right. So same purple we're using, right? But I'm just blowing it out a little bit. And you know what? I'm gonna pick up this purple next to it, which is Signs, this one. Y'all remember when the Makeup Forever number 92 shade was our purple? Back then, purples were apparently so difficult to make and no one could make a good purple. Everything was patchy because I think the pigments that they had to use were drier and coarser. So we had terrible purples. Now, I don't know what happened, technology or whatever, but the improvements made purples so much smoother now and more pigmented. I'm going in with a clean brush. This is my beloved Refer number 15. I will leave a link down below. That's my affiliate link. But the number 15 from Refer, if you get no other brush for blending, get this brush. This is like a basic tried and true shape and it's so soft. So when it comes to blending eyeshadows like this, it's very comfortable. All right, I'm just gonna blend and go back right now. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me. I'm going into the Surge palette. There's this really dark purple and I want to use a little bit of that. And I'm grabbing an E11 brush from Singe and seeing what we can do with this really dark purple. Just grabbing it on the tip. Okay, now Singe. These brushes aren't as soft as like the Refer natural bristles, but you're gonna sacrifice the softness for the precision right now because that's what we're trying to get, the shape, and trying to really keep that color right on the crease line. This is a really tiny brush, so it's perfect for this. And I don't even know that Angie, and that's Angelica Nyquist, the creator of Singe Beauty, the owner, CEO, the bad bitch of color. I don't even recall her having tiny eyes. So I don't know, maybe she just does so many colorful looks that the smaller brushes make sense for her. This is another Refer brush, but this is the Shodo style, which has like the sparse tips. This is really good for blending, so I'm just blending. All right, I think I'm gonna leave that alone. And now let's do the red. Oh God, Jesus Lord. I feel like for this, we're gonna need to do a pink rather than an orange with the red, because for it to blend with the blue, I want it to be like similar enough shades. So we need a light pink. So let's do the blends palette and we're gonna take this cool tone blue, which is Promise. And we're gonna use another Singe Beauty brush. This is the number 8. As I said, it's like a scratchier brush, so it picks up color, but it also blends. So I'm just gonna buff that color right next to the light blue and keeping it kind of higher towards the brow bone. and blend those shades together. And between the pink and the blue, it like automatically makes the lavender, but there's a lavender shade in the palette too called Giggle. So I'll grab a little bit of that and kind of pop it between the two shades. Let's grab a neon pink. This is Chase. Back to the Sephora brush. Oh, did I tell you what this is? This is a Pro Crease number 19. Oh my God, that just applied without much effort. What? Blend Bunny is the brand for you if you are looking for color. Yeah, let me just kind of create a circular effect now and blend it out. So we're creating that circular shape now, which I think I'm gonna sharpen. Well, I could keep it circular or I could sharpen it up. We'll decide. But yeah, Blend Bunny, if you want colorful palettes, indie brands are where you're gonna go, right? Because the mainstream brands have given up pretty much on eyeshadow palettes. Everything is a neutral. So if you want color, you're gonna need to go indie. And Blend Bunny is really blowing up. I am afraid they're gonna go into like a Sephora Ulta and then just change their whole appeal and their whole aesthetic. I hope they never do. All right, we need a red. Let's use Maybe. Yeah, Maybe from the Surge palette. I wonder why they discontinued this palette. Was it just that they never intended on keeping it anyway? And I'm using the Singe Beauty brush, and now we're creating like that defined shape on the outer V. So I have been doing more commentary style videos on my channel. I think I did 2 so far. I did the rise and fall of eyeshadow, and I also did a video on how Sephora became a brand graveyard. And they're more scripted videos, so I'm actually reading from a script, and people have been really receptive to those types of videos. So you're gonna see more of them. I have scripts written for like 2 other videos that I think I'm just gonna go ahead and film. I've just been interested in doing commentary style videos and more like long form essay type videos because I've been in the beauty space for so long that I have a lot of knowledge about it. And I want to talk about topics that resonate with me. And it seems like people are really receptive. So yeah, you guys are going to see more of those per your requests. All right, now I need a red. And this is where the Machina palette is going to come into play. Let's do this. I don't think this is available anymore. All right, let's 242. Using that red just at the base. Ooh, that's a crazy red. Ooh, my gosh. Red eyeshadows were also not available. So to have reds being so prevalent nowadays, and I'm not talking about like a cranberry, I'm talking about red. We have a lot of reds these days. Same thing about the pigment being dry and chalky, and then they're not vegan, so a lot of people were staying away from the reds. And then from the blends, let's use Vexed, which is a darker red. That red is deeper. It's nice though. All right, it looks a little messy, I'm not gonna hold you, so I'm gonna do some blending right now, so y'all just gonna have to watch me blend. I told y'all need to play somewhere safe. Don't play with me, okay? All right, let's clean up the cut crease. And like I said, we have this liquid matte from MAC. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, so I'm actually gonna put it on the back of my hands. And this is where it gets interesting. We're gonna cut the crease and clean it up. And I'm grabbing a concealer brush, and we're gonna go along the underside of the cut crease we created. And back then we used concealer, or I would use my base for this, like the same MAC Lane Low, but this matte cream eyeshadow or whatever liquid color is working out perfectly. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, this is great. And this is what I'm saying, like most people that I see do cut creases, they get so messy, and then they do the cleanup with like makeup remover and concealer and bases that were created just for that. Because I know P. Louise created eyeshadow bases that kind of do exactly this. Were y'all holding your breath like I was? Cause oh my God. This little doodad from MAC is actually doing really well. So I'm gonna go about almost like 3/4 of the way across the crease. So like a full-on cut crease. All right. And this guy is really nice. Like, it's not too runny at all. It's allowing me to do precision without like bleeding into the colors, which is what you want. Concealers were kind of notorious for being too moist, too runny, too wet, that they would kind of mucky up the colors on their own. Yeah, this is the face I would make. All right. I think the crease has been cut. Now we can do all the shaping and blending on the outer V and like do all the things. All right, hold on. Zoom back out. All right, y'all need to get out my face because you're making me nervous. Y'all are really making me nervous because I don't even know. Like, I was really questioning whether or not I'd be able to still do this. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far, except for this outer space. I almost feel like I want to go in with the neon. Let's do the neon orange, which is Power. This is from the Surge palette. I wonder if that's why they got rid of it, because neon pigments are not considered to be eye safe. So to be on the safe side, they probably did away with it. I'm just adding it on top of where we had the pink, just to give it a little bit more, you know, a little something, a little zhuzhy. And I have another video that I was planning to do after this that doesn't involve a full coverage foundation, and I'm wondering if it's just gonna throw everything off. But don't worry about that. I need a deeper pink. Let me see if any of these palettes have what I'm... Okay, let's use Enamored from the Machina palette. I'm still struggling with how to pronounce that. This is a Sydney Grace small blending brush. I don't even know the number, but it's a really great size and shape for doing this. Because right now I can really just blow out the color on the outer area here. Just blow it out because it doesn't matter about how clean it looks. And concealer might mess this up because you want the color to go completely across. You know what, let me leave that and let's figure out the lid, which I think we're gonna do shimmer on. Blend Bunny isn't necessarily known for their shimmers, so I may need to actually go and pull shimmers out of another palette. So I'll be right back. All right, I have an idea and y'all are just gonna have to go with me for a little bit. So I have this darker shimmery pink from Terra Moons. Is Terra Moon still around? It's the shade Be Mine. I think, didn't they go out of business? I think a lot of indie brands closed shop, but I don't know if Terra Moons was one of them. I'm like trying to remember if I still get emails from them. I feel like, let me look them up. I mean, no, they're still around, but I feel like they did away with a lot of their singles. Yeah, they did away with a lot of their singles. So these shades more than likely are not still available. But just the shimmery pink, right? To go about halfway across the crease. Not half, like maybe a third. Yeah, from the outer crease. And then I'm gonna go in with this orange. It's a shimmery orange from Sydney Grace. It's Orange Slush. Sydney Grace is another one that I don't think has a bunch of their singles anymore. They started doing palettes and the singles kind of went to the wayside. This is a Sonia G Builder brush, which is just a shader brush. And because of the cut crease that we created, we're able to just follow that line so we don't go above it. But this is gonna blend in with the pink, the shimmery pink. Okay, it's fine. I thought it was gonna be a little off, but it's actually working out. Let's use a white. Any white will do, and we're gonna put that on the inner tear duct. White would be my go-to for my inner tear duct because it just brightened everything up and you could just mix it with anything. And Sugar Pill, y'all remember Sugar Pill? I think they're still around, but they used to be the go-to for certain shades. Like Butter Cupcake was their yellow, spectacular. Their white, I forget what the white was, but their white was phenomenal. Their orange was gorgeous as well. The color I don't know, to bridge the orange and the white is where I'm stuck. Because I kind of want to do like a yellow, but I feel like the yellow might be doing too much. Y'all think a yellow would be doing too much? But then I feel like I do want to do the yellow. Is it? Y'all help me. Let me think. Because this orange is so pretty. Oh my God, the orange is given everything that needs to be given. I'm gonna dampen my brush a little bit and pick up some more of that orange. Because these shadows are so old, they're a little harder to really pick up. Like they feel like they're more hard pressed in the pan these days. But with a damp brush, you can kind of help that along. So, y'all think the yellow is gonna just do too much? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find a yellow. Hold on. All right, I think I found the compromise. So this is Wildfire from Cleona. It's a multi-chrome between orange and like a yellow gold. Ooh, and that one picks up for sure. So I'm gonna go right. That I think bridges it a little bit more. And you know what? Maybe I can do a little bit of, no, leave it. The white may be too, well, no, it's still fine. I don't know if you can tell, my lighting kind of shifted a little bit. I'm trying to film in natural daylight or with natural daylight, not in it, because my studio lights are still on. But you see how that comes together really well? Yes. All right, the inner tear duct is now the question. I feel like it needs to be less white and a little bit more like an ivory. What I need is my Blanc type from MAC. Blanc type, one of the only eyeshadows I've ever hit pan in. I've hit pan on Blanc type and Smashbox Nude, which I used to use for my blend-in shade. And then I think I have a dip in my Move number 92, my Makeup Forever. All right, there we go. Now I gotta do concealer because I need the concealer to do the rest of the under eye. Let me just clean this up a little bit. And I don't have any crazy fallout at all. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. The face is on and the concealer is working out really well. All right, I need to go ahead and round out the outer V a little bit more. So we're gonna kind of go back in with some of the colors that we were using before and just add a little bit with a large blending brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. And I'm just doing like circular motions just to blur and blend that out. Because I don't want it to be extreme. I just want it to kind of fade out. So we're doing a rounded outer V rather than like a cut. And we could do the cut if we wanted to, but I don't want to do that right now. I feel like this looks patchy. Hold on. Maybe it will look different when I'm editing, but let's go in now with the lower V. Lower V. Lower V. Oh my God, what am I talking about? The lower lash line is what we're talking about. All right, so I want to do green on the lower lash line, but in order to do the green and tie in with the pink, I need to do like a dark blue on that outer part. So we're gonna go back to some of the blues that we used. We're going to use a Morphe M302 brush and just pack on that dark blue and maybe a little bit of the purple. Oh God, I gotta blend that out, hold on. Let's go in with the blue and just do that first. All right, so we have a dark blue. I have not done like a colorful or even smoky lash line in so long. I haven't even been putting color on my lower lash line, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, we haven't been doing that. And for the green, I'll grab the dark green and then the lighter green. This is all from the Blends palette. I need to find my MAC 242s. It seems like I only have one out right now because I limited my eyeshadow brushes on my desk, the ones that are in direct reach, because I didn't want to overdo it with having brushes on my desk, and now I'm missing brushes that I kind of need. So the light green goes in here. Ooh, that is looking a little bit too dark and not as bright as I wanted it to be. Let's go in with a Rephr Mini 2 and this bright green, like not green, the yellow. So I'm gonna pop that a little bit on the inner part of the lower lash line, and then get the green a little bit further back just to brighten out that side. Right, that dark green is just doing too much. And there you go, that's part of the reason I don't do shadow on the lower lash line anymore, because it gets in my eyes. I need to add a little bit of color on this outer V just to darken it up a bit. Kind of dipping between the dark purple and a darker pink, just to kind of blend a little bit here to create a little bit of dimension. So it's this dark pink and this purple. So creating like a richer red purple right there. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. So I'm doing this last because when you start pulling back and finalizing the look, you'll see where the gaps are, and you'll see where you need to perfect and blend a little bit more. So now, yeah, that will do, donkey. And what I'm gonna do is put on my mascara and some black eyeliner, and I think that will make everything come together. So I'll be right back with the eyes done for the most part. All right, so here you have it, guys, the final look. Oh my God, I am so excited. This looks so good. Like, come in and see this. Shut your mouth. I did so good. I'm sorry. The skills are still there. I can still blend, okay? I can still blend for the gods. I can do color and cut crease. And so I added lashes and a little bit of black liner just to tie everything together. And va-va-boom. The only thing I would add extra is maybe like a little sparkle on the inner tear duct, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But that's something that you can do. I paired it with a pink cheek and just a nudie lip, but shut your mouth. And I had to whiten my eyes. Have you guys ever tried the Lumify eye drops? They really work. They really work to brighten up your eyes. Like, my eyes look really white right now, and I needed it because the color was kind of darkening up everything, and I needed the white of my eyes to really pop. Lumify works. I was skeptical for sure, but it works. But here you have the look. Like, what do you guys think? Right? I still have it. I didn't lose my blending skills and how to do this kind of stuff. And I kind of feel really excited. Like, I feel like my juices are not that kind of juice. Y'all stop it. The creative juices. I feel like, you know, I'm feeling myself in the color. I might, you know, feel more inspired to do more colorful looks. What do you guys think? Not necessarily cut creases, but more color. Summer is coming around. Things are warming up. I might pull out the color more now. I know I've been doing mostly neutral looks these days just based on what's coming out. Like, let's be honest, everything's boring and basic and it's easy, right? But every now and then, some color can really like spice your life up, like change things, like change your view, like, right? I love this so much. Oh my God. Let me know what you guys think. Was this fun for you? It was really fun for me, right? To pull out some colorful palettes, to lean back into my blending skills and putting color combinations together. this was really exciting for me. So let me know what you guys think. And what do you think of the look? Did you have any faith in me? Because I really didn't for a little bit. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. But I turned it out. What do you guys think? Did you trust the process with me? Leave me a comment down below. Did this take you down memory lane? Is it giving you like 2016, 2018 makeup vibes here on YouTube? That's what it's given me. Like, I know a lot of creators still do the colorful, bold looks, but I have just veered away from them. Life changes and all that. I haven't been really doing them. But this really is taking me back and I'm so in love. I'm kind of excited to start playing with makeup and color a little bit more. So let me know if you're interested in seeing more of that from me. But until my next video, which will be very soon, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you. Bye, guys. I'll tell you what I don't miss, though. The mess that's on my desk that I now have to clean up. Like, look at this. But yeah, that's just the price we pay for creativity.